Well, hey, it's that time of year, folks. It's the Airfix Range Launch, and we celebrate it every year by all coming together and watching it as it goes live. Just one thing, folks. We all understand the website goes live at the same time. Don't disappoint us by trying to put things into the comments of what's being released already. Let's watch it all as one, and let's all be surprised by it, by what Dale was saying. We keep the commentary minimal, so like if something hits us and we're like, "Cool, that's a good scheme to have." You hear that over the live stream. We're trying to hear as much as Dale as we can, and then after the launch video, we then go into the website, and then hopefully Dale will pop on and then have a chat with us about some of the decisions that were made this year on which, what, why, and how. So, which will be brilliant. But anyway, welcome along. We've got James in from Taboli Go. We've got Nigel from Nigel's Modelling Bench. Yeah, we got John Alex, Scale Modelling. We got Fenris, our dinosaur builder. And we have Luke. We also have Ms. Modeler also in the chat as well. Luke from Black Wife Model Works and Ms. Modeler from Ms. Modeler's Models channel. Hopefully, I think Alex is coming in as well. And I think that's it then. I think we've got the full whack in. So we've got 48 minutes. Or there's Alex now. He pops in late. Should we let him in? Because he's coming late. Just in the chat, I see there's lots of people saying hi and everything else. And like I said, just let's just watch it together, because I understand the website goes live, but we will go to the website soon after the video's finished. But let's just let's all be surprised, shall we? And what's being released, because as I said, I don't know anything. I really don't. People say, "Oh, you must know something." I've got inklings, I've had clues, but I like to be surprised like you, and one of the things when I became a magician, one of the things I lost was the awe and astonishment of somebody performing something and made it disappear. Because when you become a magician, you know that you don't have that feeling anymore. If you know how a trick is done, you lose that. And I kind of like this. I said to Dale, I've had some clues and stuff, but I say to Dale, I'd rather not know, because I want to be excited and disappointed. Like you are,
the thing I don't get, Moss, where is anyone going to put a 24th scale B52? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. So obviously you're going to get the comments. I'm very disappointed. Wrong airplane, wrong mark, wrong scale, and what's going on with those decals. We'll expect them as well, but that's all part of the fun of one of these range launches. So let me just set this up, and we'll. I think the website. I think it's saying premieres in 10 minutes at the moment. So, anybody got any clues? Anything that they want? What would you like, folks? Go on, you tell me, what are you waiting for?
I caught little bits of the stream last night. So I was working, but I think there is. I don't expect to see them, but I think that whole range of armor cars, Saladins, so all on the same chassis, all on the same chassis, because they are. And after building the Ferret earlier this year, if the kits were at that standard, it would be such a great range of things to have. But I think I'm going to be disappointed.
You think you'd be disappointed?
I don't think they will do those this year, but I would like to see them.
Yeah, it is one of them, isn't it? I like we were talking, the Saladin and things like that, they all have the same chassis, so I can't see why Airfix won't design a tooling that could put the bodies on each of them, if you know what I mean, on a sprue. So there's that to look forward to, I guess. So
there's plenty of, certainly within the UK, there's so much reference out there that they could access. For scanning the vehicles, because there's lots of them about in museums, private collections. There's loads.
But I've never understood, Luke, is we've never had a decent injection molded range of modern Land Rovers.
Yeah, that's true.
You had the Hobby Boss 110 stuff, but it's all inaccurate anyway. But no one's ever done an injection molded 90, for instance.
I've got the on I don't know, second tour of Afghan. We used to operate on a Wimmick, basically.
Yeah.
So I bought the Hobby Boss kit, and like you say, it's grossly inaccurate.
Yeah.
So what I also got is the Accurate Armor upgrade set to turn it into as close to the vehicle. I've not built it yet. As accurate as I can to the vehicle that I operate on. But the kit itself is, like you say, it's grossly inaccurate. And Land Rover, what a great brand for Airfix. It's a British manufacturer. It ticks all the boxes.
Versions, you know.
We said last night, and I mentioned it to Dale last night as well after the live stream or during the live stream. Ford Transit. How many schemes could they do with the Ford Transit? You could even have one with the door that goes up with that bit of rope that they have on the inside for getaway car. You know, they jump in, rubber bag, pull the rope in, bang, off you go.
That'd be such a great seller, the Ford Transit.
Yeah, and of course they're in America now as well.
I've got the Italian version, the Mark II one up there with the gas logo on the side.
Yeah, I've built
that. But I've seen people who have built it and really rust it up as well.
Yeah, I built it.
Yeah.
And I built they did the Range Rover, they did a police Range Rover, the old jam sandwich motorway patrol Range Rover. I built that as well.
Have you seen that Matchbox or Revell are re-releasing the Matchbox cars?
Nice.
The Porsche 917 Can-Am car, the Formula One car, and a third one as well. I can't think what it was now, but they've even got the same box art.
Yeah.
I think
to clarify, you were talking about the Challenger 2 last night and the Challenger 3. Alex was absolutely right. The Challenger 2 is on operations currently in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And the Challenger 3 is essentially a Challenger 2 with an upgraded computer system so that it matches all the modern stuff, and it's going to have a smoothbore barrel as opposed to a widebore barrel. They're the essential differences. But the Challenger 2, it's not Challenger 1 that's in Ukraine, it's Challenger 2. Which is probably why Airfix won't do one.
It's a shame, really. But, you know, like I said, they got their ass in the hand in Parliament, didn't it, with the Afghan stuff, you know, with the bombed out, you know. But the thing is, that always gets me is that they always talk about this, saying, "Oh, you know, are we entitled? You know, celebrating war." You know, look at the average 12-year-old who plays Grand Theft Auto, where they have to get a prostitute, bury it into the ground, and cover it with concrete. You know, what's more? You know, we build weapons of war in and with that respect of that we don't want to go back there. And if we forget our past, you know, we're more inclined to repeat our past if we don't learn from the errors. You know,
that's whole new podcast, aren't we?
It is definitely a whole new podcast. You know, we're here to talk about the Range Rover. Some really good suggestions.
But I do think Airfix are up against it. If they ever did go down the Challenger route, they're massively up against it, against the likes of Ryfield, for example, because their Challenger kits are phenomenal. And I don't think Airfix, you know, they've got to make a profit, haven't they? Whatever they release, it's got to be viable. And I think that they'd struggle in 35th scale, certainly, to and even in 48 scale, to me, a 48 scale Challenger 2 is
I can testify to that.
Yeah, so
goes together like Lego.
I think there's bound to be a Jaguar. When you look at the comments in these sort of videos, it's like every man and his dog wants a Jaguar. Even Dottie wants a Jaguar. It's just
Nigel doesn't want a Jaguar though.
I don't want one.
No.
I did bits for the engines in. I went. Ugh.
Not the 2024 rebranded Jaguar car though.
Don't even go there, Alex.
Slightly Scam Models is he's working at the moment, so he can't join us. All right, sausages. My prediction is they're going to bring out a bunch of kits that no one asked for. No, I don't know. They brought out stuff that people have asked for. Obviously, that Ferret Scout is definitely one that people asked for, and at the end of the day, they've done well with it. And sometimes you've got to go out on a limb. And if they're thinking that 135th scale, and they want to build up the 135th, as I said, I believe there's going to be some sort of 135th vehicle in the armor side coming through in the this year. So, but yeah, everybody would love a new Concorde. That's another one that I keep saying about Concorde.
Yeah. I was looking at your logo image, Moz. Run 27 left. You've done the Heathrow runway.
But yeah. Oh dear. Oh. But like I said, they've proven that Concorde still has some sort of pull because that Lego one sold out. If you go, that Lego one that was, the plastic kit that came out as a Lego build, and it was 200 odd quid, I believe. It was a lot of money, and they were sold out. They had to get more in. So yeah, it's definitely one of them. If they don't, they could do. Yeah, Concorde starter set would work definitely because it would be 2 hours put together and a cut the wheels. But there is no modern tooling of it. So
yeah,
wow.
They do that now, Luke.
That would be nice, but I can't see it.
No, I can't see that.
But I've asked for it. There's a list long as my arm that I've mentioned. It shows where Airfix have been. I said to Luke when he used to work there before he went to the dark side, and I said, Concorde, Bearcat, Hampton, Tornado, Jaguar. You're talking. You're trying to preach to the converted. They know, but they have a strategy on what they're doing and why. And who are we to when they're trying to build a profitable business? And who are we to really argue?
Like the Gannet, no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming. But look how well it did.
I said last night it's probably
they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Is this the channel now? Is it, Moss?
Yeah, this is the channel now. So hopefully you'll hear it as well as I do. It will come through on the screen. And here we go. Airfix have popped on as well with their new logo. Are you ready? So we are ready. It's a minute on the premiere.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Airfix, I'll just get the emergency supplies in.
Get the emergency supplies in. Get your coffees in.
Moss.
I can't see, mate. Sorry, I can't see.
That's for Moss.
I can't see, mate. We've got the big screen up, so you're going to have to wait. Oh, toilet row. You got a patch of bog row there, have you?
That's an economy pack.
I wouldn't have bothered. I would have got a roll of Bounty, mate. That's what you need.
I've got dozen rolls of Blitz.
Bounty! Here we go.
124th Lysander.
Yeah.
What's that, Dotty?
Can you hide the comment, Moss?
Are the comments up, are they?
Yeah, just hide them.
Yeah, comments up.
Hang on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Right.
This has got Dotty a treat.
The premiere music's always loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always loud. Here we go. Woohoo! There's going to be some bangers, definitely.
124th Wildcat. Yes, please.
Yes, please. My intro was better.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Dale. I'm the head of brand here at Airfix.
Hello,
Let's
Dale.
take a look at the 2025 range. We start by introducing a new category of Airfix gift sets, Space Exploration. Each of these releases will include acrylic paints, glues and brushes, everything needed to inspire a new generation of modeler to the hobby.
Told
The
you.
first of this new range, we're reintroducing our 1:144 scale Space Shuttle kit. Last seen in the main range some 14 years ago in 2011, this release will include decals of all 6 versions constructed.
Wow.
The kit also includes the external tank and solid rocket boosters, together with a stand to display your finished build.
Yes.
Wow.
We're reintroducing our 1:144 scale Saturn V, last released in 2019 and stands at 77 centimeters tall when complete.
Yeah.
It was a Saturn V rocket and Apollo 11 mission that first took 2 astronauts to the moon's surface.
I would just like to say that Airfix did say they would make starter sets and gift sets a priority. So the starter set.
To round off this category, we designed and tooled up a brand new 1:144 scale SLS Artemis rocket.
Yes!
NASA's
Told
latest
you!
super heavy launch vehicle, which plans
What
to
did I
carry
say last
astronauts,
night?
cargo, and the Orion
Yes!
spacecraft around and eventually to the moon's surface and later Mars.
Oh!
The built model stands at 70 centimeters tall once complete and stood on its launch pad display stand.
Oh,
The kit
wow.
consists of 79 pieces and will be molded in white plastic.
Fantastic.
All 3 of
I
these
would
new gift
stand.
sets are planned
Yeah.
to release this spring, so keep an eye out for the launch
Josh.
countdown.
Brilliant. Well done.
2025
Well done,
marks the 85th
Airfix.
anniversary of Battle of Britain, which took place between July and October 1940 over the skies of Britain, and was the first major campaign to be fought entirely by air power. To commemorate the feud, we're reintroducing this 4 1/72nd scale aircraft gift set, containing a Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1A, Hawker Hurricane Mark 1, Messerschmitt Bf 109E3, and a Heinkel HE 111P2. Onto our new 1/72nd scale aircraft for 2025.
Oh,
The Fokker Eindecker, a straight reintroduction with previous schemes.
yeah.
The Fokker Wolf FW190A with new schemes.
I like that scheme. It's all right, that.
The Hawker Hurricane Mark 1 with new schemes. A scheme, number 73 Squadron B Flight, Royal Air Force Digby, summer 1938. B scheme, aircraft flown by Sergeant Geoffrey Tock, number 85 Squadron Royal Air Force, winter spring 1939. The Royal Aircraft Factory BE2C, a straight reintroduction with previous schemes.
That's nice.
The Bristol Blenheim Mark 1F, a straight reintroduction with previous schemes.
Wow.
The Heinkel HE 111 H6 with brand new schemes.
That's quite a
scheme,
recent tool in that
Norway,
Heinkel,
July
isn't it?
1942.
Yeah.
B scheme, Greece, April 1942.
Yeah.
The Boeing B-17G Fortress Mark III with brand new schemes.
Brilliant.
A scheme, 774th Bomb Squadron, 463rd Bombardment Group Heavy, Italy, July 1944. B scheme, 214 Squadron, number 100 Bomb Support Group, Royal Air Force, 1944. The Handley Page Victor K2 SR2 with previous schemes. In addition to these reintroductions and new schemes,
to be honest,
we'll also be releasing the following aircraft with additional parts not seen in previous releases. The Messerschmitt 410A1 with new parts and new schemes. The new parts include bombs, bomb racks, and flame dampener exhausts. The Boeing Chinook HE-1 late with new parts and new schemes. This release includes new fuselage parts. ZA 7.
Oh, look at that for a
number
scheme.
7 Squadron, Operation Granby.
Was that? I wonder if that's one
May
decal going along the
1991.
side.
B scheme, ZD980.
Oh, I like that
number
scheme as
18
well.
Squadron, 75th anniversary scheme, Royal Air Force Gütersloh,
That's
Germany,
a good scheme.
1990.
That.
The consolidated B-24D Liberator, new parts and new schemes.
New wheels.
The new parts include new nose, glazing, and armament. A scheme, Lady Be Good, 514th Bomber Squadron, 376 Bomb Group, 9th Air Force, United States
It's
Army
Black
Air Force,
Criolla. Quite funny.
Libya, March 1943.
That's nice. That.
B scheme, Hell's Bell,
Look at the tail on that
400
with the
bomb
skull and crossbones.
90th Bomb Group, 5th Air Force, United States Army Air Force, Australia, mid-1943. I'm pleased to announce the first new tool of 2025, the 1/72
Yes, look at
scale
that.
Western Wessex
Yes.
HD2. This is the first new mould of its type since the 1980s. in
Brilliant.
this
Well
scale.
done, Airfix, Wessex.
The details we've been able to design and mould into this kit
Wow.
is incredible.
Back
and
to
will
historical helicopters then, I
feature fully
suppose.
detailed
Dale.
interior and seating,
Mm.
posable cabin door and cockpit windows,
Oh, brilliant.
option for folded or unfolded rotor blades and tail,
Yes.
representation of quilted surfaces throughout the interior and cockpit.
Just got that in there, Dale.
Many optional parts, including lights, antenna, winch, and canopy type.
Ooh, got a winch in it.
We will include 3 decal options
What
for
a
this release.
brilliant.
The first 2 are from the same airframe, XR505 of number 2 Flying Training School, RAF Shawbury,
Yeah,
1995,
that's fantastic.
which later saw service in Uruguay in 2000.
I like the Armada down the
The
side
third
of
scheme
it.
included is of XR500 of number 28 Squadron, Hong Kong, from 1978.
When's
Fair
the
play.
148 scale version coming out?
Going up a scale,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
148. Let's take a look at the new releases this year. First, to see fresh new schemes. is the
Hey,
Supermarine Spitfire
there's our
TR19.
Spitfire,
I've
folks.
done something quite special. We've recreated
That's what I
all
wanted.
3 paint schemes of PS853, an aircraft which now resides with the Rolls-Royce Heritage Flight.
I do like
and is still in
that.
flight today.
That Prue, it's Prue, isn't it? Prue blue, isn't it?
A straight reintroduction
Yeah.
of the Fona Nat T1. A straight reintroduction of the Bolton Paul Defiant Night Fighter.
They only did that a few years back, didn't they?
The Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1 sees 3 new schemes this year,
So that's 2
including
Spitfires.
K9794 of number 19 Squadron, based at RAF Duxford in August 1938.
That was about 2009, wasn't it, that one?
HK856 of number 1 Middle East Training School, RAF Egypt 1942. And something a little different, a French scheme from July 1940. The Westland Leaks AH7 is making its first return since initial release in 2012. This release will see 3 new schemes. A scheme, Army Air Corps, United Nations, British Virgin Islands, 1995. B scheme, number 655 Squadron, Army Air Corps, Northern Ireland, September 1993. C scheme, NATO Stabilisation Force, Army Air Corps, Croatia, July
I reckon
1997.
the rear rotor there will
The second
be.
release of this new mould from
the decal.
2023.
See, that's
The
the,
third
Yeah.
organic Cod
the
4
people
and
wanted,
148
isn't it, with the
scale.
blue?
Yeah.
This release includes new parts and 3 new schemes to truly represent the carrier onboard delivery variant.
Oh, carry on board,
The
yeah.
new parts included are new bomb bay doors, wing-mounted luggage pods, and various aerials and lights.
Oh.
849 Naval Air Squadron, HMS Hermes, 1969.
Mm.
B scheme, 849 Naval Air Squadron B Flight,
That's
HMS
nice.
Ark Royal,
Yeah.
1970.
I got that colour in Outlaw Paints, by the way.
C scheme, Flag Officer Aircraft Carriers, 1965.
Yeah. Shanghai?
And now on to our new mould for 25. The first is the Spitfire Mark 9E. This release will include fine rivet detail on the wings and fuselage, slide moulded engine cowling, standard
New
or
tool.
clipped wingtip
New
parts,
tool.
3
Slide
decal
molded.
options,
Got raised rivet.
including a number 43 Squadron RAF aircraft based in Italy, as well as Danish and Belgian options for those wanting something a little different.
Very nice.
Or a silver spit. It's very
And we
nice.
couldn't release a brand new Mark 9 without a TR9 variant, the 2-seater trainer aircraft.
Hooray! We got a
Meets
two-seater!
previously available
Ah!
in injection molded kit form.
Well done.
It will include specific post-war wing parts. Both canopies can be posed open and closed to reveal the
Fantastic.
detail in both cockpits. A scheme.
They have
B
answered a
flight,
lot of us,
Irish
haven't
Air
they?
Corps,
Yeah,
How many people
1951.
have asked for a trainer Spitfire?
Yeah.
you, for
B
sure.
scheme. Fucking shit.
I mentioned it last night, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yep.
you did, yeah.
there you did. That's
Fair
excellent.
play.
And finally, the much requested brand new tool 148
Hooray!
TR1
Good job.
TR1A.
Fantastic. We knew it. Yeah.
This kit has been
Definitely.
in development for over 12 months, and we've been itching to tell you and show you this incredible new release.
Because you're getting annoyed at people asking you for
Due
one.
for release very soon.
People did
This
videos
kit
on
will
it.
include highly detailed cockpit with optional all late injection seats,
Wow.
detailed undercarriage and wheel wells,
That's stunning.
air brakes, flaps, slaps, and ailerons, which can all be modelled in the down position. A range of stores, including 1,000-pound bombs, 1,200-litre fuel tanks, EMI reconnaissance pod,
Time.
AIM-9 sidewinders, fill mat, and ECM pod. The following schemes will be included:
Wow.
a number 54 Squadron RAF Lossiemouth from 1974,
I did,
Six Squadron
yeah,
RAF
modern
Conteshaw
minutes, I did.
from 1990 to 94, XZ-118 Buster Gonad from Operation Granby, Desert Storm, Bahrain, October 1990 to March 91, and number 11 Squadron RAF Larbrook, West Germany from 1976. On to military vehicles now, and starting with 176 scale. We're re-releasing the LWB Land Rover hardtop and trailer.
That is
4-ton general service.
yeah,
truck,
but they're old
the
toolings,
Land
aren't
Rover
they?
1-ton
Karen,
truck
they
These-
were
with general service body,
They're JB
and
models
the British
tooling as well, aren't they?
105mm
JB
light field
models
gun.
tooling.
All of these kits haven't been released since at least 2012 and are a wonderful welcome reintroduction.
Okay.
Moving up a scale to 148, we're reintroducing 3 Second World War airfield staples.
Oh,
The Albion
interesting.
3-point refueler, the 1,500 weight truck,
they found the tooling for them then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they going to do the set as well?
Yeah.
and the 148 scale RAF ground crew figure set.
Oh, the ground crew's back.
They did the set,
On to
didn't they?
135th
Yeah,
scale.
they
I'm
did the
pleased
whole
to
lot,
inform you
didn't
that
they?
Mark 1 Ferret Scout.
Yay, Mark. One.
Hey,
This release
they
will
got
see
it.
3 schemes, including a C Squadron green and black camo version,
That's good.
Berlin.
7th Armoured Brigade Operation Granby scheme from 1991,
What do you think, Luke? They all right?
Berlin.
Yeah,
Queen's War
absolutely.
Irish Hussar scheme. Our new mould for 2025
Oh.
in scales is
You know what?
2.
Yeah,
It's a unique looking vehicle and a
Oh.
first in plastic injection at this scale.
yeah.
This
That's
newly
good.
designed scale model will include complex suspension system, detailed cab interior, cab
Wow.
roof hatches, and water
Brilliant.
deflector board. Which
Looks
can be
like
built
something
in
out of
open or
Thunderbirds.
closed
Look at those
Yeah.
wheels.
It does, yeah.
optional parts for the radio and exhaust pipe,
Mm.
and 3 scheme options.
Oh, they've got
Release
Goodyear
early
on the
this year.
side. They got Goodyear on the side. Don't tell anyone, but they got Goodyear on the side of the wheels.
How good you're on the side of those wheels.
It's Goodyear, yeah, Goodyear. Well, actually, it's Gooshier.
Our Vince's
apparently.
Classic range sees a number of old favourites returning, many of which haven't been seen in the range for many years.
Classic kits.
First to see re-releases, the 172nd scale Sopwith Pup,
There's a big
first
wall-
released in
wall-
1973
Wow.
and last seen in 2001.
I've got one of them in an old boxing.
The Lockheed Hudson in 172nd
Yeah,
scale,
Hudson. That's
first
a
released
Someone
in
mentioned that, yeah.
1963.
Called
Yeah,
that.
somebody mentioned the Hudson back.
If you're listening,
Re-releasing the
Airfix 224
172nd scale
Squadron,
Semi
please.
Cat Jaguar GR1, first released in
Interesting.
1970 and last seen in the range in 2004.
Yeah.
The 172nd scale Westland Puma.
I tried to
8.1,
build that. I gave up.
First released in
That Puma.
1973.
Yeah.
Oh, these scale models built a nice
Yeah.
one, didn't he?
The
Oh, the
124
Clipper!
Oh,
Boeing
lovely.
314 Clipper, first
Fantastic.
released in 1967 and last seen in 2005.
Does that come with beaching gear?
And we're re-releasing these classics. The
Hooray!
172nd scale
Vosper's
Vosper
coming
torpedo
back.
boat,
Mm.
last
Have you
in
seen the
range in
price of them on
2013,
eBay now?
First in
Yeah,
service in
stupid money.
1972.
Stupid money.
RAF
Brilliant.
Rescue Launch in
Oh, even
172nd
brilliant.
scale,
That's good.
First released in 1978.
Oh,
And the
yes.
German
Yes.
torpedo boat in 72nd scale, first released in 1975.
That's a brilliant kit.
And that concludes our 2025
Hey,
range. Let us know what you
Dale.
think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you these new products over the next 12 months. See you soon.
Brilliant. Well done, Dale.
Yeah.
Can I just say that's the best one for a long time?
Yeah.
Anyone else agree?
There's a lot there that interests me, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wow.
Well,
You got-
at least you're happy with the rockets, Moz.
I am happy with the rocket.
I'm
So
happy
every
that
time-
that bloody statue was pointing beyond the sky.
Beyond the sky, yeah, Artemis.
Yeah.
There you go. There's some nice first runs there, some first test shots there, isn't there? I'm very pleased with that. Very, very pleased. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because they could add so much to that, can't they? There wasn't just a stalwart on no chassis, was it?
Yeah, we can do a lot.
Nice.
I just like to say
That
that
is
the Artemis is a failure, though, isn't it? As a rocket, it hasn't done much, has it?
Was it NASA?
NASA.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Well, it done better than that one yesterday.
Fantastic. Oh, there's some good stuff there, lads. Good stuff, and ladies. Brilliant.
What's the Airfix Space Shuttle like? Is it better than the Revell one? It can't be worse.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, it can't be worse.
Don't tempt fate.
Yeah, I think it
Don't
already
jinx-
said the
jinx
two
it,
that I'm
Nigel.
most excited for: the space shuttle and the Artemis.
That
Yeah.
Artemis would be so good if it came with a tower.
Yeah. When they said the launch base, I was just like, oh, what? It comes with the tower as well. And then you said the base. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Somebody will make one out of 3D printed parts or something.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, we have to market for it, definitely. Well, unfortunately, the website's gone down.
Yeah.
I can show you pictures, but the website's not working.
While this was on, I've had an email from Airfix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
The BE2C there, like for the Land Rover's the old JB models, isn't it? We said that. You know, they bought the
Why have
tool
they
in.
released that?
But people probably wanted it. But there's a few there that you can. The Artemis gift set, the Jaguar. Here we go. There's the Jag now. It's come up $59.99. That ain't bad actually. That's all right. I'll give them that. Seeing some of the pricing that's coming out of some manufacturers at the moment for 148 is around the 60 quid mark.
Well, if they're paying for their stuff in India in US dollars, and they're paying for the tooling in US dollars, it just became a lot more expensive, didn't it? So
Yeah.
blame them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I was most impressed with, though, other than those actual toolings, the detail in that Wessex is the sort of detail you'd expect in a 148 scale kit.
That's Pranjit all over it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I wonder if the CAD will be used to just do a 48 scale as well later on.
Isn't the Itinerary one nice?
I don't think it's as nice as that.
No.
It certainly doesn't have those options and that level of detail.
Is the Itinerary one at Wessex?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cockpit for this Jag looks a little bit sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah. That'll get thrown out. The 3D printed resin one will be chucked in, and all the undercarriage, wheels, tires, bombs.
I also remembered the air brakes underneath.
Nice.
Little details with the holes in.
You've got glass under there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, look at that for detail on the inside there.
148 Jaguar's got Sully's name all over it.
Oh, it has, hasn't it?
That
Definitely.
kit's got Pranjit written all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah. That's nice. That very nice. So that's 50. That's $59.99. That's going on the old pre-order. So let's go back for new 2025. Let's have a look at.
Artemis.
You want to look at the Artemis? Do you?
Yeah.
£50. That's all.
50 quid.
Yeah.
If it's nice, that's worth every penny.
Oh, look at the detail on the side.
Yeah, and the fact that it comes apart and you've got the detail of the booster. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I hope with the Saturn, I hope they've retooled the control module.
I don't think they would have done that. They would have re-released it as it is. See, 144s, yeah. It is your, and you can claim your 20 quid there. I didn't think they would. That was a pleasant surprise, to be honest. That was a pleasant surprise. Not much on the old CAD work here.
No.
Would have been nice to have seen a picture of the Artemis, but
It did look stunning.
I'm having that.
Fresh.
Pre-ordered now, so that's pre-ordered. Come on, the website's really sluggish, I'm afraid. So I'm really sorry about it.
Can we see how much that shuttle is, please, Moss?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look now.
I'm a bit disappointed with the Saturn because I've got one and I thought it was going up in value. It's just not.
Shuttle is $49.99.
$49.99.
Same as the Apollo. Yeah.
Yeah, right. $49.99.
All three of them.
The other one I want to look at is the Stalwart.
Yeah, that looks like good value.
That's 40.
Yeah,
40 quid.
Yeah,
I think that's a bit expensive.
It's interesting there. It's interesting there that it's got black tires, which you'd assume they're vinyl. But when he showed the mock-up, it had grey tires.
No,
I noticed that. I was going to ask if it was vinyl tires, and
it
looks like it.
Airfix don't do vinyl. Airfix have never done vinyl, have they?
I hope not.
I don't
can
think
remember
so,
Helikits. I can remember Helikits coming with vinyl, but I can't remember Airfix ever putting vinyl in one of their kits. Just saying. Hella tool
plastic.
Kit.
Thank you, Dale. It's got plastic tires. Yes.
Yeah.
Vinyl tires.
This is my favorite of the lot. Of everything that we've so far today, that's my favorite. Yeah.
I can see me sending you one of those, John.
On the top there, is it clear part?
Me so much already.
Yeah, I can hear the gears going around in Luke's head.
Yeah.
Can you all see that? There's like a clear part just on the top there. What's that, do you reckon?
That's probably a mesh grill over the exhaust clear to avoid using photo etch. And there's somebody at Edward drawing that up right now.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So what's that on the front then? That's basically, is that like a some sort of protection?
Yeah, it's to stop mud basically.
And water. Yes. It's amphibious, that thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would go in the back, Luke? Is it crew or equipment or
all sorts? So that's an inspired decision by Airfix, because the Stalwart essentially is the cab and the chassis, and then the back bit was modular, so it could be swapped out for equipment, troops,
tow truck,
medical pod.
Yeah.
Like there's so many options that they could.
Radio.
Yeah, they could do all sorts of that.
God, blimey. Is it very big?
It's not small, mate.
Is it twice the length of a Land Rover?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably more.
It's very
high.
Model, then.
Yeah, it's very high.
That's coming on my bench, that one.
Yeah.
Interesting, they've done the Spitfire Mark 9E.
Good boy.
I wonder why they went down that route for the 9 in 148. Is there there's as many that do a Mark 9E? What does E stand for in the Mark 9?
It's the wing.
It's the wing, isn't it? It's the wing, is it? So they will do other Mark 9s with this kit then, basically.
Yeah, it's probably just a different wing.
Yeah. Fantastic. Nice detail there as well. God, this website's so slow. What was the other one we were looking at? Was the Wessex HC2, wasn't it?
There he is.
1/72 scale. I noticed somebody was saying, "Oh, why not 148?" Well, why not? We need to give something back to 1/72 scalers, don't we? So fair play. That's not looking too bad, to be honest.
With the amount of detail, sort of like even the old Sea King had, that would be stunning.
Yeah. Imagine that will come out next year in yellow, this one, wouldn't it? With the RAF Rescue on the side.
They never do the most popular on the first release, do they?
No, they don't. No. Which I'm surprised that they didn't bring one out this year with yellow. Maybe that will come at Telford next year.
Yeah.
You know, we know how you work, Airfix. We know how you work.
Yeah.
Because if you think this is their range announcement, and they'll still do some surprise releases through.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty strong release announcement for January. So looks like it's going to be a pretty good year for Airfix.
Well done, Sully.
Yeah. New chicken coop.
Yeah.
You need to put something ducks or something different. Pigs.
No, sheep.
Sheep.
Sheep pen, yeah.
Yep.
No, or a pigsty.
You could have pigs in the bottom and sheep up the top. You could have a ramp going up with chickens in the cab and have sheep in the bottom.
Yeah. Can I just say $24.99? That isn't bad at all, is it?
Yeah.
I've already pre-ordered this. This is the first thing I've gone and pre-ordered this year.
Is it?
Yeah, I've immediately gone and got this.
The other thing we shouldn't forget is that they've also got the Eurofighter Typhoon starter kit coming out. Yeah. And the Lysander is actually a 2025 release as well. So, again, they kind of downplayed it a bit, I think. You know, in terms of the amount of stuff they're actually putting out.
Yeah. A lot of stuff.
A Typhoon starter? Oh,
from last year.
Tornado, sorry.
Moz, sorry to be a pain, but can you see if they've got a scheme up for the Lockheed Hudson?
No schemes yet, mate. No schemes on the pictures, I'm afraid.
That's just a straight release, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the TR2. Look at that. Fantastic. Trainer. There's no schemes at the moment. It's just the count. Unless they do that. Unless on the older kits they've got the scheme. I'll have a little look at it, but all the stuff I've seen so far, there is no schemes.
That isn't the same as the one you can go and fly in now, is it? That's
similar, yeah.
I thought that because I thought you sat in the same cockpit as the pilot.
No, you're sitting behind. They fly from behind you, don't they? You're in the front bit.
You am I?
Yeah. Next page. What's on the next page? The Puma. Which one was it you were looking at? Oh, look, the
Lockheed Hudson, Moz.
Lockheed Hudson. Next page. I'm getting that one, the fueler.
Yeah.
Lockheed Hudson.
$17.99. Is that all?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's just a box art, mate, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, the Clipper's only what, $21.99?
$21.99, yeah.
It should be a German merchantman that Lockheed Hudson's bombing.
They've taken a tip out of Tamiya's book, haven't they? Because they're doing these re-releases and not ripping us off, which is what I'd like to do.
The Vosper.
I think the 4x Bedford will do quite well.
The Bedford will, yeah.
It's a really basic kit.
Yeah. The Vosper, if I remember when I was looking, see if I wanted to buy one on eBay, I think they were going for around 55, 60 quid, weren't they? Maybe a bit more.
It's a lovely model. I remember building one when I was younger.
I remember building the launch, the RAF launch one. I don't remember building the Vosper. I may buy that, Alvis, and call it Presley. Very good. Very good. So they found the tooling for that. I thought some of these toolings were lost as well, like, you know, in time. Where was it I was looking for? It was the fueler.
Yeah.
3-point fueler.
That's great. $17.99. That's a bloody bargain.
So when was that? When was that first release? Somebody look on Scalemates. Let me know when that was first released. That tooling.
I'd say that was about 15, 18, something like that.
Airfix weren't around in 15, 18, Nigel.
I knew someone was going to say that.
I'm looking for the other boat here. Where's the other boat?
It goes right down the bottom on the second page.
And the ferret.
There it is.
He says.
Someone's asking how much the e-boat was.
49.99.
Yeah. That's 24 quid as well.
It does build up nicely. Rescue launch.
Yeah, and that one. Is it the same size as a Vosper?
I think so, yeah. About the same size. They were literally built in the same plant, the same factory at Cigarette Island at Hampton.
Right.
Which sadly got burnt down.
There's a fair few there to get your lips around, isn't there, folks?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Saturn V gift set.
I wonder how much paint they give you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of white.
And a
lot of white.
They give you one pot of paint and a 004 brush.
$17.99 for that truck.
Right. Yeah. That's unbelievable.
Right.
When was that released first then?
2015.
Right. So it's 10
I think
years.
it came out, didn't it, as a set. And somebody, Locks 9 said 2015, it was a new tool.
Cool.
Locks, that's not you, is it, Loxy? You're Lexi, aren't you? Sorry.
It's all right. Nigel's had a senior moment.
Like every 2 minutes.
It's
the German Evo. So go on, carry on, Lexi.
I was just going to say it's interesting that they've done the vintage classic Jaguar whilst doing a new tool 48. That's an interesting decision.
Is that old Jaguar very nice?
I think most of the Jaguars are kind of just the same. I think most people will say the Italeri one's better because I think it's just a newer tool.
Right.
But it's my favourite box art.
That German E-boat, that's 50 quid.
Yeah. It seems cheap to me, especially when you compare it to the launch.
Yeah.
The Defiant is a lovely kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought that back because, again, they are a bit like rocking horse shit.
And it's got the shark's teeth on the box socket as well.
Yeah, which means everybody has to buy it. So.
And the Iron Decker's a nice kit as well.
What are the options on that clipper, Moss?
Pardon?
What are the options on that clipper?
It doesn't give you the options, mate. They only really come with one scheme, I think, with Vintage Classic.
The thing is, if Dale can get a scheme with a shark's mouth on it, you know it's going to have a shark's mouth on it, don't you?
Yeah. That's it, yeah. I'm up to 12 already so far. 12 in the basket. 12 in the basket. What's that? 200 quid so far?
Every year. With your 95% discount.
Well, I get me. I actually they did mention about they bring out that 410 with new parts and scheme, but the
The thing is, you could see that 410 was coming out because you could see all the drill points for the bomb racks.
There's no mention of the members, the club membership this year yet, is there? No. They haven't mentioned that. That must be due, mustn't it? Oh, I'll just text Dale and see if he's coming on. He said he was going to come on, about 15 minutes after it, or so. He'll be here in a minute, and you're ask him all the questions you so want as to why not? But you imagine you got people who are giving them down the banks and doing videos about why they've not released a Jaguar or a Tornado, and and they don't say nothing, do they? Then bang, it comes out, and then you're made to look like a fool, aren't you? I suppose if you did a video about that, wouldn't it be funny if they had brought out all sorts that people say, why have we done this, and then bang, they go and do it.
Did Airfix release the Victor as a K2 before, or was it just the B2?
Yeah.
They did do the K2.
Released both variants, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did. I knew Revell did, because Revell's the old Matchbox kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did Airfix definitely do the K2, Lexi?
I can't remember.
Yeah, they did it in 2018.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yep.
Because it was re-released a little while back, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they released it originally in 2016 to K2 is 2018, and then they re-released the original in 2021.
Right.
And they withdrew that because I sold one at the shop and couldn't get replacement last year, quite early on. So if I'd known they'd done the K2, that would have kind of been indicative. But
why did they? Nice. Why did they withdraw it, Alex? Do you know?
It's the usual thing with Airfix. They do a set run, like the Mark 9 124 scale Spitfire. I sold the last one of those, and I can't get another one. And then they did the Mark 8.
Right.
So they don't do crossovers like, like Edward or ICM. They'll release, all the different, and Timia as well do it a lot. They'll just release different variants, and they'll have them all on sale concurrently. Yeah. Whereas Airfix will only ever do one at a time.
That's interesting.
You could make a Mark 9 from the Mark 8 kit, couldn't you? Only you haven't got the wings.
No.
So I'm just adding up how much my basket is at the moment. I'll be right with you.
The accountant will shoot you, Moz.
He did last year. He said, do you really spend this much on model kits? And I say, yes, I do.
Can somebody answer me this question? The original release of the Victor was made in the UK, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
It was. It definitely made in the UK.
Is that the little Union Jack on the side?
So was the second release, did it actually say it was 2018? Was that UK as well?
2021, it doesn't have the logo on, so presumably not.
Right. Because just before I saw
the
it.
2019 one does. The original K2 release they did does have it on. So the first two releases they did of the Victor have the logo on, but I can't read what the logo says because the image.
And that's when they were playing about with a different plastic as well.
Yes, it was a beautiful plastic. I bought mine for 40 quid at a show, and I said to the guy, "Is that really 40 quid?"
I read the terms and conditions. Proceed to payment.
I want to see Moss do that Chinook, that first scheme, but I want to see him mask it.
I'm going to get a crayon and just do that with it,
Yeah.
You could use those paint pens, couldn't you?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're for.
Yeah.
I haven't tried mine yet. I haven't tried one of them. I was bought them for Christmas. By one of my viewers, I got the full set. I haven't tried them.
I've used them. I think they're quite good.
Are they?
I use them on Concorde's landing gear. Because I essentially just couldn't be asked. And they're all right. They're fine. They're what you expect them to be.
I always put the paint on a bit heavy from what I've seen, but having not tried them, I shouldn't criticize.
Yeah, that's
too bad.
I missed them announcing the 48 scale Nat.
Yeah.
That looks nice. I missed that the first time.
What's
as well.
that? Or reintroduction, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, follow Nat T1.
Yeah, he did announce that. He did say.
There was a lot of stuff that came quite quickly, wasn't there, in the re-releases?
I wish there'd been a 48 scale Halifax. And I wish there'd been a 124th Wildcat, but then you knew I was going to say that.
Yeah.
There still might be a 124 scale Wildcat, Nigel.
Mm.
There's always Telford.
There's always a couple of
they usually have a few that drop throughout the year.
Yeah, they usually do about 4, don't they? They usually do at least a couple of re-releases, like Vintage Classics or something, and then a couple of new tools.
Yeah. Is there a set time on that, Moss, where they do these announcements?
There's always one around Telford.
Always one around Telford.
You always have Telford, sorry. But like during the year, will there be...
There's one in April.
Right.
Well, there was one in April last year.
Yeah, they do one kind of around Easter, don't they? And then one sometime around the summer.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, they do one every quarter.
Yeah.
Too funny, that one.
And they're usually new tools, aren't they? Whenever they drop throughout the year.
No, they'll do Vintage Classics as well.
So I still have hope.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Fenris, as we were getting towards the end. Was just like, is he going to say dinosaurs? No.
I want them as well, but it does seem like they've. If you look at them like 5 years ago, they were like this. Feels much more like 90s, 2000s, like diversity of their model range, which is nice.
Yeah,
because it just means there's going to be more people who get into the hobby because it's actually accessible now, and you don't have to just hunt for everything.
Yeah.
It's still with Airfix. It's always very, very aircraft biased, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, actually, this release is more diverse than a lot of them. I mean, they've got three boats. They've got 3 spaceships. They've got quite a lot of vehicles in 72nd. They've got
That's
the new
true.
scale.
That's true, yeah.
48.
I mean,
And they've got all the one stuff as well.
One assumes the success of the lifeboat last year has reassured them that people do actually want boats.
Yeah.
Given that they said they sold out of that every single time they got a shipment and it was gone. So I'm assuming that's why. I'm very glad with that. I've yet to actually do any of the boats, but I'm very happy to see they're going to be more popular again.
It'd be interesting.
There's a lot of like smaller boats as well. It's not just like big ships that you usually see when people do. It's either big ships or like your old sailing ships. So they're like doing a whole class of boats that you just don't usually see with model makers. So I appreciate that.
I noticed in the comments someone said, "Why don't they re-release their 600th Bismarck?" And I was thinking, what they could do, is they could use the old hull tooling, which is probably the expensive bit, and they could just retool the rest of it.
Yeah.
That'd be quite nice. I was hoping for a 1/24 scale Yaris. Never mind.
That's coming, mate. That's coming.
That's coming.
I mean, what would be nice is if they could ceremoniously destroy their HMS Belfast tool. Good God, that's bad.
I think my partner was going to buy that, and then I told him not to.
I can't remember who I saw it on. I saw it unboxing and looking at it, and it was just a sheet of flash with parts embedded in it.
It was like an old Smur kit.
I think the HMS Victory's getting the same as that. I bet you sort of dig the parts out of the flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Hobby Time, the Airfix Space Shuttle is 1978 tooling, so yeah, it's not exactly the most accurate of space shuttles.
No.
I believe they did correct the control module, though, because the original one was tiny, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was in the 82 model, if I'm reading scale notes right now.
Are you talking about the Shuttle or the Saturn?
Sorry, the Saturn, yeah.
Oh.
The Saturn, what they did with the Saturn, which was sad, is the actual command support module, which bit behind was too small, so they made that bigger, but the actual command module they left the same size, so you have to put the BPC on to cover it up because it's so undersized. And that's what I was saying when I hope they retooled it, because it's only one piece of plastic. It's just a cone.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get all 3 of those just because I've been wanting more.
Yeah.
Little one will be excited because those will probably wind up in her room because she loves space.
The Saturn is much nicer than the Revell one.
I have the old AMT set that I never finished, and it has the Saturn V in that. It's not a great Saturn V. But it's probably the best out of the 5.
Dale is on his way. So Sumo to go and ask him all.
Grabbing coffee and biscuits.
Yeah, I think he's got to rent the space or something. He's coming out, so and he'll jump on. He's got the link to pop on, but my phone's just going mental. So there's 15 there that I've pre-ordered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the numbers look like premium bond numbers. I've got like 16 orders in a row. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to work out how many Hornby hobby points that I've gained from that. You know what I mean? Was it 385 quid? And you get a point per pound, isn't it, or something? So I'll probably get back. I've got nearly a few thousand already there. So, but yeah, there's some really, as I said, I'm pleased as Punch with a lot of them. And I said, I just think when I did that, what's it called? Sprue Talk with Dale and Gary from Gary's stuff. And, he's talking to me about space. I was going on saying there's definitely a market for space here, get on and do something. Steve must have been there grinning, like going, yeah, we know mods. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, honestly.
So if it doesn't sell, you're going to be in the shit.
It will sell, mate. The only problem is that the Artemis is a failure in some respects, wasn't it? It's the Boeing one. It went up, and then they're bringing back the astronauts on a SpaceX, aren't they? Is that right?
Well, that was Boeing.
Right. The Starliner went up on a ULA.
That's the other one, isn't it? That's the other one, isn't it?
Yeah. Artemis is it was unmanned. It was just
that's why I got it wrong. I got mixed up, haven't I? Got it mixed
up.
up.
You wouldn't want to come back on a SpaceX.
No.
No space. I'll go on a Dragon. I'll go back on a Dragon.
Unless you want to have a
Starliner. That's it. I'm getting mixed up. Artemis is Starliner. Yeah.
Yeah, Artemis 2 is going to be planned to be manned, but
Artemis 2 is the one that's going to the moon, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. And then the Boeing one, the Starliner, is the failure, isn't it? That's the one that they're waiting to come back on. That's right. Get it right.
I guess Artemis 2 will have the same main body.
Yeah, because they'll do it. They're doing. I think it is a Block 1.
Yeah. So that's why they told that.
Yep.
Personally, I think the first person to get to the moon will be Elon. He'll say, "No, I'm not going to do it your way. I'm going to do it my way, and we're going to go up there. Then we're going to go to Mars." That's what I think will happen.
I'll bet you £100 you're wrong, Moss.
You reckon? Yeah.
I mean, you can't even get to low orbit and back without burning.
Moss, I'll bet you £1 million you're wrong because the first man to the moon's already been there.
Yeah. I mean, since we were there, yeah. And it won't be a man; it'll be a woman. It'll be the first woman on the moon. Or back.
I'm proud to say I watched the one that went and had to come back. Number 13.
Yeah.
You could, when those things go up, you feel it. You don't hear it. It's amazing.
Let me just send this link again to Dale just to make sure.
Is Dale bringing the designer on as well?
I think so. Hopefully, yeah.
We off then, so you'll have room, yeah.
No, we've got room now. I think. Have we got room?
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah. We can have up to 10.
We'll have to breathe in.
Yeah, I breathe in, but it won't make much difference, James.
No. He's saying he's struggling to load to get on, so hopefully he'll be on. He's come on before. Yeah, I've just sent you a new link, Dale. I've just sent you a new link. Just sent it to him. Yeah. SpaceX is the only one that's taking people up and back from the space station absolutely fine. And the new one he's got, everything's going absolutely honky dory with the testing. They always go that far. They always go that extra mile, don't they? They what do they call it? They test to, till it goes bang, basically.
He's burnt through all of the money. At the moment, they were supposed to be already there, basically.
Where?
He's so far behind schedule.
Who is?
Elon Musk. He's burnt through $8 billion of US tax money that was supposed to be for the entire program.
It's not seen very highly in the area. I'll put it that way.
He's done nothing. He's an absolute fraud.
On the Space Coast is not seen very highly.
No.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All he's done at the moment is deliver one banana to the Indian Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and the turnover of employees and the hemorrhaging of employees. It's not seen as sustainable, at least in the area. So
but what about his reuse and landing and stuff? I mean, that's something else.
It is. Yeah, but
it's small stuff. But it's not what he said it was going to be. It's not rapidly reusable. if you look at the actual numbers and the actual time and stuff, it's snake oil. Absolute
What the
Smoke and mirrors.
Oh, I thought that I don't know.
If you look at the cost per kilogram and stuff, really no advantage.
Cheaper than
Nothing. Much like his cars, it's a lot of promises and no delivery.
Products, you mean?
Well, products, yeah.
I've got friends who got Teslas. They love them.
Where's the Roadster, Moss?
The Roadster.
It's gone around in space, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's the only one.
It's got.
And yet he's had hundreds of thousands of dollars of people's money who pre-ordered them. There's no sign of it. You want to watch a channel called Thunderfoot? He'll go through Musk's bullshit.
Yeah.
It'll be all over GB News tomorrow. Musk says Alex is a knob.
Sure he will. I'm sure many people will agree. But
you can't say anything against him. He'll run you down.
It doesn't change the fact that he's a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
He's a very well-off snake oil salesman.
He is.
He's
a very successful con man. As there's many of them.
Self-made millionaires. I mean, that's so much to write home about.
I mean, he was born rich, so like.
Can somebody drop out a minute? Because Dale can't seem to log in. Hang on. He's saying he keeps timing out on him. Can somebody just drop out a minute and try and log you back in? Is that all right?
I can indeed.
Oh, one's gone. That's good. Who was that?
James.
James, yeah.
I was going to say, I was just about to. If we had all done that, that would have been a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if that was going to happen, just like the entire thing.
Yeah. Rodney Greenaway has said, sorry, but the announcement was totally spoiled by Moz talking over Dean.
Who's
Plenty
Dean?
of time to Dale. Plenty of time to talk afterwards. Unsubscribed. Okay.
It's a reaction video.
Just watch the announcement
by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did clearly state that
in our comments, right?
You did say that yesterday, Moss.
You did.
Yeah. I explained it all yesterday that we kept a lot of it down. We didn't speak a lot as we did last year. Who banned him? Don't ban him. Who was that? Who banned him?
That was me.
Why? Leave him be.
Because he's been a dick.
No, he's not being a dick. Leave him alone. Don't to ban him because he said that. He's unsubscribed anyway. So just don't do things like that. You know, it's like it wasn't nasty or anything. He just said that, you know, don't get the ban hammer out.
You've been warned, people.
Very
just
careful.
trying to get Dale on it a minute. Can somebody drop out? Is that all right? Somebody just leave a minute and then come back.
Who's going to drop out? Right.
Oh, someone's gone. Who's gone?
It's not me.
No, hang on. There's Moss. There's James.
Yeah.
Is back. James is gone.
Right, I'll drop out.
Not just actually leave the studio because so we just leave the studio so we get Dale on, please.
I'll drop out. I'll see you later.
Yeah, drop back in. Try and join back in after Dale's back in. That's the idea. See what we can get Dale back in. They keep saying loading. Who's gone now? Right. Crumbs. This is hard work, isn't it? I'm saying to try now, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. We've got it should be 10 allowed on here. We're allowed to have 10 on
easily.
Not being funny, streamer. There he is.
There he is at last. Hey, what's going on, Dale?
I don't know. We've broken the internet with the range launch, clearly. So,
yeah.
All right, fair enough. Congratulations, mate. That was one of the best ranges you've done in the last 5 years. That was fantastic. It was really, really good. I just can't get over that. I'm there chatting to you about my Ilkorn space and why there's not been any developments. And there you are, under the chunners there, doing an Artemis.
Yeah, it's been. I think I've got a pretty good poker face, but the last 12 months has been very, very challenging. Actually,
why?
Because a lot of people are asking for space stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, of all the things, the 48 scale Jag, that has been really bad to try and keep that quiet. So, would you agree?
Yeah, I think there were so many little museums and different people involved in the research side of that Jag era. I think it was I was amazed that nothing got out more than it did. I think so.
Yeah. And I did bring this in.
We need that picture on the website. But then you've got the wrong scale. It should have been 1/72nd, Dale. I keep telling
Can
you.
you imagine? Can you imagine? It's a big boy anyway, but
he is a big boy.
Anyway, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. There's been a couple of them. There's been quite a few there that the Jaguar, as you said, everybody moaned about that. People have done videos about the Jaguar, and there you are. You don't go and release it. But an interesting, just out of asking, you've not done this before. You've not done a vintage classic the same time as a new tooling. Why did you do that for the Jag?
Just felt right to. And when you see the front of the catalogue, Matt's briefed in an amazing illustration of the Jag, which is obviously front and centre.
Yeah.
And this pays homage to the vintage classic box artwork. It's sort of same scenario, same location, and so we just
show it again, Dale. You're on big screen now. Show it again. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So
is that Toonby as well? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So it just felt right to, and that Jaguar. I mean, when we did the range launch announcement 12 months ago, which is and a week ago, loads of people were asking for the Jag, and we were sat there just going, "Yeah, we're already working on it, but we're just not ready to tell anyone or show anyone anything." So then obviously as the year has gone on, more and more people have asked for it, so which has been great. But then we start getting quite nervous that a competitor is going to go and do it. So, it's one of those things that we always say this. We're working on projects that will be released in 18 months plus time. So what's announced or what's requested now is very unlikely to be seen unless it's already in the plan. That just happens to be one that we seem to have nailed, people requesting it and us already working on it at the same time. So we do listen. We do listen.
I've always said you have. I'm just saying there's only a couple of years before we get a Concorde, a Bearcat, and maybe even a SpaceX rocket. Who knows? It's all good. Any questions for Dale from the panel? Anyone?
Yeah. Hudson, Lockheed Hudson, the vintage classic. 224 Squadron.
Yeah. Question?
It needs to be a 224 Squadron.
Oh, right. Okay.
One.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of aftermarket decals out there for the Hudson.
Yeah.
As is true with, so far, every vintage classic aircraft release we have done over the last few years, they have sold through so quickly.
Yeah.
But my recommendation is always, if you want one or two, definitely go and pre-order them and get them as soon as they come out. Otherwise, they are just gone. So it's very rare with aircraft that we go and do additional production runs. The Hawker P1127, we're just waiting for more stock to come in because that just went crazy. I always hate the fact that we only make a couple of quid on that because it retails for like £8, doesn't it? So I wish I did the volumes of that, something that retail for £100, but sadly not the case on that one. But that's and that's the beauty, isn't it? I mean, I was at a couple of retailers before Christmas, and they're asking me to do extra runs of things because they've got so many decals and so many people still buying decals, so they know that the demand there for the plastic is still really high. And that's great feedback because we can go and make more or whatever. So,
I've always got the impression by the way you speak to people about the train of Spitfires, you've always said it'll be difficult for us to do it because you've got a few dotted around the country and they'd all want it done in their scheme or in their mark and everything. What made you choose this particular mark and why we released it now after saying And I've been at these events with you, Dale, and I've heard people asking you, are you going to do a 2-seater? And you're saying basically no to them because you couldn't justify it. So what change of heart now, and why did you pick that particular version?
Well, before I hand over to Matt about the schemes, I'm just going to say poker face number 1. So, but yeah, it's linked to the Mark 9, isn't it? So I'll let Matt talk about it.
Well, then, Mark, go on then,
so
Matt.
Those two projects, the two Mark 9 Spitfires, they share some common tooling. So the TR9 was something that we'd been looking at for a while, but we were trying to find a way of doing it in the most cost-effective way possible. And looking at the sort of warboard, the Spitfire, the real-life Spitfire scene, there's more and more of those TR9s being converted. They're really and the price of the flights is coming down, and more people are having flights in them. So we kind of just wanted to cover it off before someone else did.
That's a good shout. That is a really good shout. By the way, Matt, your new role in the company is because Dale's brand manager. You are head of.
I'm head of development for Airfix.
Head of development. You've moved into that position this year. So if you've not met Matt before, Matt is head of development at Airfix. So welcome along to Airfix and Chill, my friend.
Thank you.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, really good.
Fair play. 'Cause you're not designing anymore. You're just doing the old
after spending best part of 15 years designing the kits, I'm looking after a different part of the development process, but still working really closely with our really talented team of designers.
Yeah.
It's been a steep learning curve, but no, really enjoying it. Thanks.
Brilliant. Yeah, congratulations. Just a good question. Did you 3D scan the Artemis?
No.
Did you have Luke at the time, like, hey, up here, like,
Got a really long tape measure.
Yeah.
No, so actually, we have worked with NASA on it, amazingly. So it's not a licensed product with NASA. It doesn't need to be, but they have been very keen to work closely with us on it. So we got CAD from somewhere and bits and pieces, didn't we? There's tons of info out there on it. And then we sent CAD shape approval to NASA, and they came back and approved it. So I don't think you can get any better than that, to be honest. So yeah, we didn't need to 3D scan it. We got NASA's stamp of approval. So how about that?
Fantastic.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
it doesn't come with the obviously the launch stand and stuff, because it's so complex. Not that it's beyond our designers or anything, but it would just add so much plastic and inflate that price by so much that we just felt that as a gift set it wasn't really necessary.
Yeah.
But the designer has designed this very cool stand, so it sits really strongly in this, doesn't it? So there's no real risk of it toppling over or anything. And then the Saturn V and Space Shuttle both come with stands as well. So
yeah,
I'm sure some bright spark somewhere will 3D file print a launch pad thing. So
yeah, brilliant. The Stalwart, was that where have you based that from? Have you gone which? I'm trying to think of one. They got one in Bovington. They haven't, have they?
Yeah, I think they have.
So we actually we've been working with a couple of guys that sort of own them privately.
I must go and buy a Bearcat, because you seem to work with people that own these vehicles. To get a Bearcat, I'm gonna have to own one, aren't I?
If you buy one, you can afford to pay us to tool it. So they are.
How much is that then?
Yeah.
So you've been working with a few guys that own them in the private sector, basically. Have you, Matt?
Yeah, sort of little private military vehicle collectors dotted around the country.
has this got the same chassis to other variants? And I'm assuming that you will use that chassis like you've done with the KT on other models to be released in the future.
It certainly, because of the type of vehicle, it certainly lends itself to other variants. As much as I can say there, but
isn't it the same chassis and drivetrain as like the Salamander? And am I correct?
Yeah, Salamander was the fire engine,
yeah,
and then you've got the Saladin and Saracen.
Yeah.
So there's four future toolings there, basically, isn't there? And you want to increase that one?
Very potentially, yes. Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that though. You see, on the soul of discretion.
Come on, you got to read between.
I must admit, Luke, when the stalwart come up on screen, I was just looking at your face to see your reaction.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, he has a question.
Hiya.
Hi. So this year's feels a lot more diverse than it has done in previous years, which I guess seemed to start last year with the lifeboats reintroduction and the new starter set. Has that been because I know some things obviously have been in development longer, but is that because of what happened last year and how successful things like the lifeboat were that you've say introduced more boats in Vintage Classic this year, or is it just coincidence that it ended up working out so well?
So that stuff was already planned. Those three reintroductions in the Vintage Classic ski range, that was already planned. When the lifeboats, either of them, were actually launched, and we knew the sales numbers, then work was already well underway with bringing these back, and any of it, to be honest. We are trying to diverse the range as much as possible, and a bit like the free space products that we're putting in the range. Initially, we were going to put them in as Vintage Classics, the two older toolings, in that sort of banner and everything. But after sitting down and doing quite a lot of insight work, we realised that actually the biggest potential for space, we believe, and the data came back that the biggest potential for space was to wrap it up more of a gift set. So then we can talk to a new audience. We can talk to those retailers that would take gift sets over anything else. They're priced accordingly as well. So there's certainly there's a lot of different thinking going on behind our reasoning. But yeah, space is an interesting one where we didn't make a U-turn, but we certainly changed the path of what those three things would look like. And actually, we were quite late. We were late to this call because we were talking about space packaging, weren't we? So we're looking at, instead of that just being launched in a red box with the normal new logo and bits and pieces, we're actually looking at ways that we can adapt that packaging to make it more suitable for the intended audience. But still Airfix, obviously.
I'm 100% taking diversification, meaning that birds and dinos next year.
You never know, Lexi. You never know.
Can I just ask, please, Dale? The Saturn V, have you retooled any of it?
Not this time around, but a couple of years ago.
There was some work done to it in about 2011.
Yes.
There's an extra frame of parts that we did, and we've also looked at the color schemes again because there were some issues with the black bars. So we've corrected all that.
Yeah. Everyone gets that wrong.
Yeah.
It was just that the command module is from the old kit, but the command service module is what you modified. So now you've got the command service module is the correct size, as before it was too small, but you left the actual command module as the same size.
We'd have to go and look at that, Nigel, but we certainly haven't done any tooling change for this release. So it would be the same as last time it was in the range.
It's no biggie because you've got to put the VPC on anyway. I just wondered if you'd done it.
Yeah. What we were quite amazed at actually is that Space Shuttle hasn't been in the range for an awful long time, and it was put in the catalogue one year, and some artwork was done and floats around, but we don't think it was ever actually released.
It wasn't Dale.
Era, yeah. So and it makes that to be a lovely model. So yeah, you know, if that was just put into Vintage Classics, then whilst the tooling is very good for what it is, you know, it's one of those that hasn't been out for a long time, which is a nice little find, actually.
I was just going to say, on the decal, have you done the decals for the Space Shuttle yet? Are they all finalised and designed?
Yeah.
What have you done for underneath? For the have you done like a decal for underneath, like certain other manufacturers have done for the
tiles?
For the tiles.
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah,
Okay,
off the top of my head, yeah, there are. So for the shuttle, we've got all the decals for all of the different orbiters.
Right.
Good.
And it's all been redrawn, and it's quite a comprehensive decal sheet in that.
We haven't got decals for every single tile, though, have we?
Not individually, no, but there's that.
Is that one large sheet?
One large sheet to go in underneath.
Yeah, I mean, just bear in mind with, especially not what you guys want to hear, but yeah, these three products, they're very detailed, and but we are aiming them at you know, newcomers to the hobby. So you know, we haven't gone crazy on the decal sheets. We've done a very good job on them. Could we go further? Arguably, we most probably could have gone further, but having seen them, they're very highly detailed anyway. But we wouldn't want to go too far because it might turn people off from the hobby. So
I get that, but then also the thing is with the decals, you can choose. We do it already. You give us a Harrier with more stencil than we could ever imagine on a 1/72 scale. And I pick and choose what stencils I would, you know, and I think you could do the same with the gift sets, really. You know, those gift sets are, you know, are down the middle for us. Because I remember you saying that one of the issues you had with the old starter set range was it was old tooling, a couple of paints chucked in with a brush and cement and made into a starter set. And you said, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when we were up there for the Creator Day, that your plan was to bring in starter sets, then bring in the gift set side of things. And I always look at the gift sets as, you know, I'll probably end up buying a gift set, but not use the paints, but, you know, except, you know, because it's in a gift set, you know, and vice versa. And I suppose that would be the same with the decal sheet. You trying to pick and choose what the stencils you use in that or what decals you use anyway. So
I think the difference is, though, yeah, we would do that. But maybe someone new to it that's buying it because of what it is rather than a modeler
Feels like they have to.
They'd feel like they have to put every single decal on every single, you know what I mean? They don't have that experience, I guess, to differentiate and go, actually, I'm not going to use that particular stencil. So I think having a sort of limited decal sheet because of the mark you're aiming at works quite well.
Yeah, play.
You can leave stencils off.
In honesty, with the Saturn V, once the beginner has got past using the little pots of paint and the brush to paint that bloody great thing, I don't think they're worried about the decals.
Apart from some flags. I mean, what with all three of those products, we're actually going to mold them in white plastic. So we don't have to put an absolute ton of white paint in, but just to help the beginner along, you know. And we all know that white isn't the easiest thing to paint because it's so thin as a pigment, but that will help. And let's face it, some people are going to go to absolute town with the tiles on the bottom of that space shuttle. I can already see people airbrushing every single tile individually, which is fair play. I always say, if you know, modelling is what you make it. So if you want to do that, then we've given you an amazing base to go off and do it.
You can buy decals for it anyway. Shut up, you.
It's nice.
Yeah, let me do that because I'm planning on picking up at least 3 of the space shuttles and 3 of the Artemis because I have family that live on the Space Coast, so I'm planning on doing a few of these for family. So that makes me excited.
That's fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, great to hear.
Yeah. Fair enough. Any other questions, folks?
Yeah, I've got one. So the Wessex, 1/72 scale. I mean, the amount of detail that you got in that, it looked like a 1/48 scale. I mean, it looks incredible. I won't ask you the inevitable question about could it be a 1/48 scale in the future, because I know you won't answer that. But how much time went into putting that much detail into something that small?
I think a project like that is probably about 7 months. The lad that did the design work is a really talented guy. Same guy that did the Ferret and some of the starter set aircraft. So he's getting more experienced all the time. He's done a really nice job on that. We're really pleased with it.
You're pushing Ethan quite hard here, lads.
Yeah.
You know, you gave him the Ferret Scout first off. You know what I mean? Which is a prism. You know what? Different angles of the dangles and everything. And there you go and doing that. Crumbs.
Is he a model himself?
Yeah.
That makes such a big difference, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's really into his like Warhammer figures and things like that. So he understands the modelling process.
Yeah.
And you know, fair play to Ethan and all our designers. To be honest, you know, they push the boundary in how much they can get in within a time frame that they're being pushed to finish designing on and designing to. And when I saw the CADs for that Wessex, I was quite amazed actually. And we kept on adding more CAD of that Wessex into the video.
Yeah.
So, because I would talk about the detail, and I was like, Nathan, you need to add more CAD into this, because there's a CAD shot that's not included. I don't know if it's on the website or not, but it shows the full interior with like a side missing of like the crew compartment payload area, and then the cockpit, which is obviously slightly raised. And it's bonkers how much detail and the quilting and everything that's got into that for a 72nd scale kit. It sort of gives the Sea King 48 scale a bit of a ride for its money, because it's like half the size, so it's incredible.
And also you can he managed to work out the engineering so that you can do it with all the folded tail and folded rotors, which I did not think we were going to be able to do, but give him his dues, he worked it all out, and it looks great. So
I mean, please stop, because I'm not a helicopter guy, and now I have to build these things. It's look really good.
That's the problem, isn't it? You know, you don't think yourself you're going to be one of these guys. You end up being one. You know, it's going back for Vintage Classics, the Vosper and the Launch. You're going to upset a few eBay sellers at the moment. We're bringing them two out. Were they lost toolings that you found again, or were they always planned?
No, they've always been planned. It's a really nice trio of kits with the E-boat, the rescue launch, and the Vosper torpedo boat. And they were kind of like those like mid 70s tooling when Airfix were doing some really nice little kits actually. So,
yeah. Well, they were. I'm sure that when I went to do the RAF launch boat again, and I think I was looking around, and I think they were going about 60, 70 quid on eBay. And
yeah, they were when I bought one.
Yeah, I think
we can certainly match that price.
Yeah, but you wouldn't though, would you?
No.
You must look and get, you know, that bomb bug, for instance, you know, it's still on there. 350 quid. That guy.
It is an original. It is an original.
But
can I just ask though?
The smaller ones, and then the large ones.
In the instructions, can you have a look back through the instructions? Do the rigging diagrams for the rigging for the Vosper and for the RAF rescue launch.
Yeah, we'll certainly look into that.
Look into that. What have we got? I know this is the being launched. Have you got anything imminent that if we order today, we're going to get them within the next month or 2 months?
I thought you said about what else you got coming. God,
as if I would.
It's not enough, Dale. Come on,
not enough.
It's not enough.
You know, even ICM do better.
What have we got coming up? So before April, we will launch the Eurofighter Typhoon starter set. Hooray!
Right.
Don't forget Lysander.
Lysander, hopefully stock will arrive with us on the 17th, which is this Friday. Hopefully. Unfortunately, that has been the container gods have not looked on the Lysander container wisely. So randomly, the container was off-board in Hamburg. Then I don't know. So we've been tracking.
I don't
that.
want to hear excuses, Dale. Just get it.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you how it is. So we were told the 2nd of Jan that container should have arrived, but just shows how out of our hands it is. So
I know the feeling, mate. I know exactly what you're feeling with that paint.
Dale, out of interest, how many kits have you got coming of the Lysander?
Oh, I won't tell you that, but we've got 2 container loads full.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So we've got Lysander hopefully Friday. Hopefully. Europhoto Typhoon is due mid-Feb. Hopefully. And then Jaguar, 48 scale Jaguar is with all our fingers and everything else is crossed to release that before April.
So that'd be Bovington then. You'll have him at Bovington.
I don't know, but that is the absolute plan, is to get that Jag released before April. I need it for my numbers, but that's those 3, and then Stalwart has just fallen over into May. So as of this morning when we were chatting about it all, so obviously we're juggling loads of products, loads of dates all the time. So, but they're the next biggies.
Somebody was asking, so just I thought while you're both on here, the likes of America and Australia, we had a chap on Airfix and Chill 2 weeks ago, I think it was. It was saying it took him 4 months to get the Mark 9 Spitfire. I'm assuming that when you tool a new model, it all gets shipped to the UK and then you then ship it all across around the world. Are you looking into like sending product straight from where it's manufactured to the countries without going through Margate, basically?
Yeah, so we already do that. So apart from the big Spitfire, because it's made, as you know, in the UK. Yeah. So as you know, the majority of our product is made in India. Australia and America order what we call FOB. So they will order container loads from India to the west coast of America or Australia. So so we already do that, and we do that for a number of other customers as well. We order FOB straight from manufacturer to whatever their warehouse, wherever their warehouse is. Our US business, and it's a Hornby Hobbies owned business out there, so they order direct from manufacturer, but they also order from our UK warehouse. So the challenges that they have, just like anyone else, is they're trying to get the most efficiency out of their shipping payments. So if they're ordering a container from the UK, then I don't know with that Spitfire why it took them 4 months. But it could be there wasn't any in the UK to fulfil their order, or they didn't have enough room in a container, or they were trying to fill a container and they were waiting for more stuff to go in. There's loads of things. What I can tell you is we're working very hard on a number of projects at the moment, and one of them is stock availability in America. So we're looking at other ways that we can ship product from India, from the UK, that will make it quicker but not inflate the retail price. So because obviously those costs ultimately have to get passed on or whatever. We can't let it eat into the margin. So we're looking at a number of ways of improving that. But like all these things, it's a big project and it will take some time, but it will get better. I promise you that.
Yeah. Airfix Club membership launching when?
16th, so Thursday.
So Thursday is when, and have you got the stock in for that, everything, or is that coming in?
I'm going to say yes with a wink. So stock is due on Friday. So by the time you order it, stock comes in. You shouldn't really notice any difference in terms of our shipping. The majority of club memberships expire on the 16th, hence why we will renew and put up the new package on the 16th. It also means that those that use the 10% discount don't lose that for any period of time.
Yeah.
And then you should receive the packs the week after, so which is pretty standard shipping from us. If that container turns up, if not, we'd be saying sorry. But they are on there. They are bobbing away somewhere in the channel somewhere. So obviously the range launch this year is a week later than it was last year, so that put range launch, and then the following week was club. But because of how all the dates fell this year, it's meant that we've got range launch, club, and potentially Lysander all in 1 week, which is is a lot to do marketing wise. It's a lot for the business to get out the door, and it's a lot for the web team to manage through as well. But everyone's doing an amazing job in managing all that through. So that's it on the club.
Brilliant. I've got no other questions. Anyone else got any questions? Fire them away.
Are you all going to buy a Jaguar? You better.
Yeah.
I've just totaled up my bill, and that's what I'm spending. 385.
We can't. You're on my phone, so I can't see that, Moz.
385 quid is my order, all in together.
We just need to put a zero on that.
About 7 or 8 kits in that range that I'll be pre-ordering.
That's great to hear, Luke. That is fantastic. So, just to say as well that we do a forecast. We're always taking forecasts from our sales team and direct from our large international customers and others as well. When that Jaguar, we're bringing in a fair bit more than we are currently forecasting to sell, to try and mitigate any increase in orders just before it becomes available, and trying to fulfill all the demand out there within the shortest period as possible. So it's quite a bit more, so it should be okay, but I do see us ordering more shortly after. I keep on saying to people here, and especially our purchasing team, that people are going to go mental when we announce that 48 scale Jaguar, and you start to see the CAD, and when you start to see the plastic as well, which you can see at the end of that range video, the detail in that cockpit, the wheel bays and everything else is crazy.
Really nice.
Yeah. I would say, I'm going to say, best yet of a 148 scale Jaguar released in the last 2 years. But honestly, I just think, when we talk, and we've spoken before about, Airfix upping our tooling, design and tooling game over the years, and the year that we released the 124 scale Spitfire Mark 9 and the Anson and the Buccaneer and stuff like that, you saw a noticeable increase and change, improvement in our tooling. This Jaguar takes it to another level altogether. It is incredible.
Was it Pramjet designed the Jag? Was it?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's that.
but as proven, it's not. The designers are amazing, and they're great guys, and they do an amazing job. But it's not just one designer, and Ethan on the Wessex and other designers as well, working on projects we can't tell you about. They're constantly talking to each other. They're really pushing the limits in terms of what we can tool or our tool makers can do and everything. So.
Yeah, but I've signed an NDA, Dale, so you can tell me anything.
Yeah, you haven't signed one with me, Nige.
All right.
It's good. Are you going bolting, by the way, with those new toolings, those mock-ups? So
we are going to be at IPMS Bolton. We are going to have a couple of tables there. James is going. We've yet to decide actually what to take. So we'll take something, definitely. Will we take Jag this year? We will take Jag. We'll take Jag, but we've got nothing else to show other than Jag.
The Jag.
Do you have any new advertising campaign, just like the other Jaguar company did?
Yeah.
Stop it, Nigel.
Well, they've got a pink. That technically they've got a pink Jag.
It's certainly got everyone talking, isn't it?
That was very, very clever. It got everyone talking, didn't it? Yeah.
So we'll be at IPMS Bolton. We haven't been there for a good few years, so that's going to be exciting. James and Cleggy are going to have their work cut out. I don't expect them to have a voice on Monday, and we will definitely have some new things there to show you. So
are you at Bovington this year at all, Dale?
Well, we will be there. James is going to go to the one in February. Yeah. Because at the same time, we're going to be at an event at Duxford. So James is going to go down to that one. I mean, I love Bovington, as you know, Moz, but going there 5 or 6 times in 12 months is a lot. So I'll go later in the year. It's okay.
No, I just wondered because I like to see the models if that was there. So I'll be going anyway to go to that.
We're definitely, whatever we take to Bolton, we will definitely take to Bobby. So yeah,
brilliant, fantastic.
And then we'll be at the Key Model Show in April as well. So
you're going over there, are you?
Yeah. Well, we were there last year. Matt, you went, didn't you?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go up to that one for the day.
Go forward.
Any other questions, folks? Because it is getting on there. It's 5:30 now. We've been going for, I don't know how long we've been going for actually. 1 hour 46 minutes. So,
got 329 watching, Moss.
Yeah. I know we've done really well. We had up to 700 during the launch.
Yeah,
we had 700 people, and then we had a few complaints saying unsubscribe because I was talking over Dale, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. What's the official one then? Yes,
Judo's giving you kisses there, James. Yeah.
Hello, Judo.
Anyways, thanks, Dale. Thanks, Matt, for popping on. And as I said, I think that's one of the best launches or range launches you've done. I think there's some real pulls there. I think you've basically covered a lot of what people have been asking for. And is there more to come, by the way, this year, like you did last year? There'll be more to come.
We're just waiting, Dale, for the call to get our dogs scanned for the YouTube modelers dogs range.
I need a big scanner for mine.
And him. You need to be a quick scanner to get in.
Yeah. If they can scan aircraft, they can scan big dogs.
We keep on going outside with large nets trying to catch birds to scan them, and yet we've not caught anything yet. So we haven't.
So what you're saying is that I'm hearing Airfix Owl next, then?
Yeah, I'm hearing that too. That's what I'm hearing.
To answer your question, Moz, have we got more to come? Ultimately, yes, we've got some more to come. Will we have the same number of secret releases that you saw last year and the year before? You have to wait and see. The number of secret releases is not a given.
No.
But there's certainly some nice things up our sleeves that we can't wait to show you. But it certainly won't be for quite some time. And if you think back last year, the majority of our secret releases, if not all of them, were stacked up at the end of the year. So that's for a number of reasons. We can be more sure on the actual release time for stock, because their part is much further through its stage. So you'll just have to watch this space.
Yeah, no, just because last year you said there's more to come, but you didn't this year. So I was just quantifying that thought, definitely.
There will be.
Again, thank you, Dale. Thank you, Matt, for giving up your time to come on to this. We do it every year. I get excited. I've had the build-up for the last week. Can you just quickly, what were the 3 steps from the statue to what the release was?
Right.
What were the 3 steps?
Oh, right, yeah. The cryptic. It was so cryptic, even I forgot, actually. So I know it led you to the stalwart. didn't it? I'll email it.
So
to you.
it's our researcher Clint came up with that. So we'll get Becca to put the explanation.
Yeah, we will.
I think we need to sack him because that's crap.
Hey,
how would you get the stonewall from a Wright brothers statue? Oh, come on!
I can't remember, but it was a free set. It was a free set. It got you all talking. That was the main thing, didn't it?
No, it didn't. I think it was more fun last year when you told us that the picture was upside down.
Yeah, I didn't realise you'd actually turn it upside down. So
that's like everyone was going on about Reach for the Sky, and I suddenly thought, hang on, I reckon they might go beyond, because Moss has always said we've never got any space stuff from Airfix and Tag.
No, it led back to the Storm War, and it's something to do with Alvis was owned by someone else. I don't know. Anyway, we'll put it up on socials so you'll be able to see it.
Crap clue. Don't bother next time. Just don't bother.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks
dog.
Appreciate that. Thank you,
Thanks
Dale.
very much for your support and everything, as usual.
Yeah.
Great to see you. And we look forward to seeing you at some events soon.
Great, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Legends, both of them. As you say, if you didn't know, Matt is now in charge. I think the other chap retired, and Matt basically filled in that position. So head of operations, wasn't it right? Is that what Matt does? And then you've got
it's head of development.
Head of development.
Sorry, was
head of development, and Dale is head of brand. So between them two, I think Airfix is in good and safe hands, and as you can see by the releases this week or today, I've spent nearly 400 quid. I'm still tempted on buying that German boat, to be honest. So. But again, thank you so much for joining us on Airfix and Chill, the range launch. We do it every year. Hopefully there'll be another one of these during the year when they release something new, probably in September time. But there's plenty there to go and have a look at. There's a link in the description box and in the chat now if you want to go off to the Airfix site and pre-order, which is good. Again, I've nothing much more to add. I think this has been cracking. Thanks to James, thanks to Luke, thanks to Alex, thanks to John Alec, thanks to Fenris, Nigel. And is Lexi gone? Is she? Bless her.
Yes, she's gone.
She's gone. Is she? I know she's not very well. She wasn't very well yesterday. She's going to try and pop on yesterday, and she was ill. But thanks all for joining us in the chat. Sorry, there's no point in asking us, "Oh, why didn't you release this?" It's not conversive to what we're doing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are asking questions about why you're doing this scheme and that scheme, but any other time, just email Airfix and ask them as well. They're always willing. So, but yeah, I feel the same as you, Roachford. My wallet is hurting for sure. My credit card has as well. And I even they said to me when I did it, it goes, "Is this a scam? Have to go on your device and now check, They say, yeah, I'm allowing
I was wondering if that was what was happening there.
Is Moss a robot?
385 quid, they're thinking, it's a lot of money. But anyway, again, been a brilliant show. Appreciate all you guys coming on, and we'll see you on Monday at Airfix and Chill. Take care, all, and goodbye.
Bye.